Hey parents, my name is Josh and I'm the kids pastor here and I'm here with
Sarah Deck.
Sarah
Hello,
Deck,
everybody.
our elementary
Yes.
director. Sarah, tell us about what you do and why you do it. Why is it important for you to do elementary?
I get the privilege of serving our kindergarten through third graders every Sunday, and I love getting to do that because they are so teachable and so excited about Jesus. I think there's something so special about what we get to see on a Sunday morning when we're shepherding kids and just teaching them about the basics of who Jesus is to them and seeing them light up when they learn a new Bible story and they get to worship to a new song and they just soak it all in with all of the excitement in the world. And it's just a blessing.
I
So,
love that.
yeah.
I love that. So tell us about it. Maybe it's a first-time
Mm-hmm.
parent. Maybe it's a parent that's been here before, but they're dropping them off. What happens?
Yeah. So you will check in your child at one of our check in stations, and then you will walk them to their classroom. So if they're in kindergarten, you will look at their tag and see, oh, it says Kinder A. So you'll drop them off in the kindergarten A room. Same for first or second grade. And so you'll drop them off. You'll see their small group leader there ready to welcome them to their class. And then you'll head to service.
I like that.
Yeah.
So parents get to enjoy service for
Yes.
themselves, or if they're going to groups or anything like
Yeah.
that. Talk to me about what happens with the kids. They're there now. What
Right.
are they doing for the hour?
Yeah. So when you guys are off enjoying service and having your time, getting to just be poured into without someone asking you questions or asking you to watch their new trick, because we know that all too well. Yeah, they will start in small group time. So what we try to do in small group time is have a game or a craft that connects to what the Bible story is that day so that we can kind of invite them into what they're learning in that day, without throwing them right into the Bible story. So we want to give them time to chat about their week with their small group leader and kind of say, oh, like this is cool. I wonder what we're learning about today. So it always helps give them a connection to what they're learning so that when they start Bible time in their small group, they're ready and engaged and have an idea of what they're going to learn. And we found that that really helps kind of bring everything together. So after they do an activity together, whether it be a game or a craft, then we do Bible time. So we intro the Bible time for them. We start teaching them at this age how to find where the Bible story is in the Bible. And sometimes that just looks like, hey, this is something called the table of contents. And while that feels so ahead of them, it invites them into learning about how to navigate the Bible, which is so important as they get into their older years and they're kind of diving deeper into reading the Bible on their own. So it's just a little portion of helping them figure out how to use the Bible. And so it just feels a little less intimidating for them at that age. So we'll do that together, and sometimes we act out the stories, which is so fun. Sometimes we will have a coloring sheet and we say, hey, color this person because we just learned about them. Different things like that to connect them to the story. And then we'll say, all right, now it's time for a large group. And we're like, hey, we're going to finish this story. You're going to find out the ending of the story in large group. So they'll go into large group, they'll sit with their class, and we'll do worship together. We play a very fun game, which is a lot of them their favorite parts because it's just so fun and exciting. And then we'll do our Bible story, and then we go back into small groups right before pickup, and they review what they learned. So sometimes what that looks like is just reviewing the memory verse for that day or for that month, and then also praying together. So we really try and foster some of that connection with making a connection from this is something that looks similar to something in my life that I've experienced, and then getting to pray with them about that.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. I hear small group and then large group
Yep.
time, which are great times. Why is small group so important in them connecting with their leaders?
Yeah, I think small group is such an important time for them to not only feel safe with a volunteer that they get to interact with every week, but also that safety leads them into more of an invitation for them to have conversation about what they learned. So they're not just learning the Bible story and then going home. They're getting to dissect it and talk about it and process it with someone who's safe that they get to see every week. So it's a great time for them to not only connect with a leader, but connect with each other and kind of showing them in little ways what community looks like for them.
I like that.
Yeah.
In preschool, the 3 things that they want them to know when they leave is that God loves them, that God made them, and that Jesus is their friend forever.
Yeah.
As they go into elementary, what is it that you're wanting them to leave with knowing?
So we want them to learn that they should treat others the way that they want to be treated, that they can trust God no matter what, and that they can make the wise choice. So those are like our 3 things, and I think that through all of our small group time and large group time, we're able to facilitate them knowing those things and believing those things when they leave elementary.
I love that. I love that. And that's just very intentional with the curriculum that we use and just being reinforced all throughout the year and all of that.
Yeah.
So how would you encourage maybe a parent that's watching this for the first time or a parent that's been there? How would you encourage them? What would be your encouragement to them as they have their child join you guys on a Sunday morning?
Yeah, for sure. I think that one of the things that I would say is you can always ask us questions. If you're feeling nervous about dropping off your child on a Sunday, we are all there. Anyone with a kid's shirt is welcoming and excited to answer any questions that you have, because we believe in the importance of what we're doing, and we are striving to make sure that your kids feel safe so that they can know who Jesus is and believe that they know that he knows them. And I think the other thing is to try and be consistent with when you come every week. The greatest fruit I think I've seen, I've only been in this role for 2 years, but the biggest thing that I've seen is that as kids get to know their small group leader that's there every week at the same hour, they're able to just feel more and more comfortable coming out of their shell, not only with their friends, but with their leaders, and having more conversation. And so just like it is when they go to school and they're with their friends, they have these deep relationships at the end of every year when they leave school after that year. And so I think I see the same thing, that the more they show up consistently at that same hour every week, the more the relationships are built and the more that they'll grow in their relationship with Jesus.
I love that.
Yeah.
Listen, parents, we can't wait to see you join us on a Sunday morning, and we can't wait to have your child with us.